What are my 3 predictions for the next update? Hello guys, once again, it's Matt. Thank you all the members and patrons. Make sure to subscribe and let's get into it. And yes, I always do this type of video just before we start to see, you know, the devlog season basically. And we are very close to that. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw the first devlog next week or during the next, like the week after that. It's like max the 2 next weeks we will see the devlog season starting and the rotation of the update starting. So what are the 3 things that I think are the most likely that we will see soon in War Thunder in the next patch? What are the 3 things that I have a feeling that will be added? Well, the first thing is kind of obvious. It's kind of boring, even, if you will. It's the Fox 3 missiles. Those missiles were hinted that they are working on and for a while, to be honest now. And in the last dev server, we had the test, the Fox 3 test, with M120s, R77s, Mikas, Derbies, and all sorts of cool stuff, right? And with that, they actually released a dev blog confirming that the plans are to indeed release Fox 3 missiles. And what I mean about Fox 3s is 90s Fox 3s, you know, like I said, the missiles, M120s, etc., right? Because of course the M154 is already technically a Fox 3, but obviously we're not talking about that missile, right? So yeah, it's kind of confirmed that they are at least planning on adding in the next patch. And with that, of course, my first prediction have to be that. I mean, everything can go wrong and they postpone and delay the missiles being added, but if everything goes to plan, we should see these missiles coming very, very soon, right? Of course, every single nation should be getting, they confirmed that in another update devlog, right? That they are going to add Fox 3s when everybody can have it. So expect everybody to have these missiles, right? Literally every single nation. I would be really, really surprised if we don't see every single nation in the game having some sort of Fox 3 missile. And that kind of connects with our second prediction, which is the F4F ICE, guys. This aircraft is very specific for a prediction, but I still believe that it is one of the most likely aircraft that we can kind of guess that will come in this update. Why? Because Germany doesn't have anything else to be added. You know, I said that they are planning to add these missiles for everybody, and they indeed say that. So everybody should have these missiles. But, you know, the US, Russia, Great Britain, technically Japan, technically China, Italy, France, Sweden, and Israel, all of them with minor differences in aircraft and maybe a little here stuff, little change here and there for certain aircraft. But in general, all these nations, out of the 10 nations that we have, I think it's 10, right? Only one of them literally doesn't have any aircraft that can receive a Fox 3 missile, and that's Germany. The MiG-29G never was able to use them, and the F4F that we have in the game is a 10.7 aircraft, so I really doubt that they will use that as a base of just upgrading that aircraft so much that it needs to be like a 12 point something BR, and basically do a big jump between the F104G and F4F late with M120s, right? So the most likely thing to happen, since the Eurofighter is probably not coming anytime soon, is the F4F ICE. I don't see any sub-3s coming to them. I don't see anything else. The F4F would be literally, I think, the only aircraft that we have a chance of receiving in Germany. And there's a reason for that, because they are going to actually prepare the game for something like the Eurofighter very soon afterwards. They already confirmed that they didn't, I mean, it wasn't an official confirmation like the Fox 3s, but there were some leaks by like people from Gaijin that they are indeed working there, developing these aircraft, these 4+ generations, like the Eurofighter, like the Rafale, stuff like that, or at least beginning to research. But of course, remember, sometimes development of these aircraft take up to 3 years to actually be added to the game, right? So it means that until we see, I'm not saying that it will take 3 years for us to see an Eurofighter, but until we see it, the Eurofighter, or the possibility to actually something like that be added, the F4F ICE will have to do. And remember, that is the upgrade of the F4F that we have in the game to actually be able to carry the APG-65 radar together with M120 missiles, right? So it would be, of course, on the back foot compared to some of the other Fox 3 launchers that we would see, but it would be a pretty good stopgap. And of course, the MiG-29G with R-73s and R-27ERs, it's not like that aircraft will be completely trash, right? It's just that it will not be able to carry the Fox 3s like the SMT, for example, MiG-29, right? So there is a need of something to be added to Germany to be able to carry these missiles, and I don't think it's the Eurofighter, so the next best thing would be the F4F ICE. So I predict that we will see that aircraft coming up. And our third prediction over here, guys, will be kinda along the lines with the two others. I'm playing it safe because last time I got it wrong kinda heavily, so I'm playing it safe this time. But yeah, versions of existing aircraft with Fox 3 missiles. So did you notice that I said that there were nations that would need some minor changes before, you know? And that would be it. For example, the F-15J that we have in the game right now, in theory, could actually take the AEM-4 Fox 3 missile, but I guarantee that they will not add it for it. I guarantee that they will add another F-15J from the early 2000s with the upgrades necessary to carry those missiles. It would make a lot more sense knowing Gaijin how they normally operate, right? Same goes for some F-16s like the MLU, for example, for China, or the ADF for Italy. All of these aircraft, they can receive some minor differences in versions to actually receive Fox 3 missiles, or indeed even a change to their aircraft inside the game already, you know. So that would be probably the best next thing. Even maybe the US receiving an F-15C with Fox 3s, the Su-27 receiving a version, and the G-11 a version with Fox 3s as well. So there are many nations that can receive versions of aircraft to carry Fox 3 missiles, and I guarantee that at least one or two of them will receive some sort of version of upgrade to the existing aircraft that are in the game to actually use these missiles, especially Japan, but China as well, and some others. So yeah, I have a feeling that they might do that. And yeah, guys, basically this is it. I don't want this video to be too long, so I will leave you guys now. But yeah, let me know in the comments, what do you think are your 3 predictions for the next update? What do you think will come and is the most likely thing to come in the upcoming May-June update? I see you guys on the next one. Make sure to subscribe, and bye, guys.